Hi, this is Paul Gillen with his IBM Engine of the Week Midsize Business Podcast. And my guest today is Jay Hakami, who's the president and CEO of Sky IT Group. That's an IBM business partner and a specialty IT solutions provider who works with a lot of retailers. And we're going to talk today about one of those clients, Adriana Papel. Adriana Papel, one of the fast up-and-coming makers of women's dresses, and engaged in a very interesting project recently with Sky IT Group. So welcome. Thanks for joining us today, Jay.
Thank you very much for having me.
So tell us first, how did Sky IT Group and Adriana Papel come together?
Well, the connection was made through a trigger in a business pain that they've had, where they were looking to get more insight into their product sales, how their products is selling within their retail customers' stores. And they were looking for solutions and came across a SkyPad, which is our solution, and they loved what they saw, and they said, oh, this could help us a tremendous amount. And within a couple of months, we were in implementation mode.
What are some of the challenges that growth presented to Adriana Papel? We certainly see this very often with high growth companies. They need to harmonize data to get their operations in sync.
Absolutely, Paul. You're absolutely right. There were some challenges. There were a couple of things. Number one, they wanted a better visibility as to what's selling, what's not selling of their products within their retail customers. They wanted to be closer to the retail buyer as far as knowing, even before the retail buyers knows, what is the activity around their product at the retail floor. And they also wanted to be able to see customer behavior and trends in the industry for their products. And by not having a tool to be able to analyze all these components, they were kind of working from a gut feel rather than a fact and figure mechanism as we have it with SkyPad.
Now, retailers and manufacturers collect a huge amount of data about their customers and about their supply chain. How did you help Adriana Papel focus on the data that really had the greatest value to their business?
Very good question. There is, in the industry, it's called structured and unstructured data. When you talk about unstructured data, it's the sea of information that comes to you from different locations, and you try to make sense out of it. And you're going to spend a tremendous amount of time in terms of labor and in terms of looking into the data, sorting out the data to finally get what you need. With SkyPad, I'm happy to say that they were able to focus on the information they needed from their retail customers. They're able to get it in a timely manner, meaning get the sales information on a Monday as looking at what was sold the previous week. And they got everything with accurate figures, so they have on Monday morning the information they need to make decisions for the following week or for the following season.
You've mentioned SkyPad a couple of times. What is SkyPad, and what were some of the other technologies that you brought to this project?
I'd love to. SkyPad is a product we developed in the last 5.5 years. It's a SaaS, software as a service solution. It provides wholesalers to the retail industry, as well as hybrid, meaning a wholesaler and a retailer, such as Adriana Papel or a host of others like Giorgio Armani, Tory Burch, Theory. I can go on and on. And what it does, basically, it captures data from their retail customers. It captures data from their own ERP system, brings it all together under one data warehouse, and by doing so, enabling the C-level salespeople, merchandisers, to see what's not selling, what's selling, by myriad of product attributes and time dimension. The company does not have to purchase any hardware or software. They simply have to log in, put the password. It's all secured using robust IBM infrastructure, and by doing so, they're able to see what's their product activity at the retail level.
Every project is unique, of course. Were there any major obstacles that you had to overcome?
Absolutely, Paul. Good question. The obstacles that we saw in the beginning of our endeavor into this SaaS solution is that the retailers are sending their data in multiple ways, meaning could be EDI, it could be their own portals that they have, it could be merchants who are selling Excel and PDFs, we've been able to tackle that and develop solution to each one of these components to enable gathering of the information, cleansing the data, and then uploading into a dashboard that enables the user to be able to slice and dice the information in any which way they choose to.
Well, Jay, tell us about some of the most immediate benefits that Adriana Papel saw from deploying the SkyPad solution.
The return on investment is seen within a couple of months. With the insight you get into your product activity, you cannot do with Excel and with an army of people. Since, as you mentioned before, there's so much data that is being provided by the retailer, and there's so much data you have on your own. By meshing the data together, you're able to see the visibility of your products, seeing trends, seeing what's selling, what's not. And the return on investment in most companies that we have seen could range anywhere from 15 to 35% per year in return on investment.
Well, Jay, tell us what you learned at Sky IT from this project.
We learned a lot. The interesting part of our business is that every customer that we deal with, and again, you're dealing with Marc Jacobs or Michael Kors or Yankee Candle, every company is looking at the data a little bit differently. And they're all successful. They're all doing the right things to keep their company moving and growing ahead. And we've learned that there's no one shoe fits all. You need to be able to enhance the product to provide them with the views that make them unique, that make them successful. So these are some of the things that we are learning in every engagement and every implementation that we do with every customer.
And what advice would you give any partner? Of course, IBM is very enthusiastic about analytics right now. What advice would you give an IBM business partner who was looking to expand analytics services?
Well, the first and foremost, I would say, take a look if there's a business pain that is common to multiple businesses within an industry. If so, analyze it, study it, learn it very well. And the third item, which is very important, pick a partner that you can rely on. We've chosen IBM for a couple of reasons. Number one, the infrastructure. We're using IBM Blades technology to host all our data, which is very mission-critical data. We're using IBM DB2 as our database choice. And we made that decision 5 years ago because we wanted to have 99.9% uptime. We want to make sure the partner that we go to market, because of the companies that we deal with, we wanted to make sure there's no burned out, there's no fallouts. And IBM has served that purpose as far as the hardware and the software and the support they've given us over the years. I would say to a partner, make sure you got the right solution to the right audience with the right partner, and you'll succeed.
Well, Jay Hakami, very interesting story, great success story, and thanks so much for taking a few minutes out to spend with us today.
My pleasure. Thank you very much, Paul. Appreciate the time.
This is Paul Gillen for the IBM Midsize Business Engine of the Week. Thanks for joining us.